How are you guys doing today? Today we'll be doing the Wolf King GTR range test, something you guys have been asking for and something that I've been curious about as well. Today we're going to be doing it on just flat road. We're going to be going about 20 to 25 miles per hour. I think that's a pretty safe speed that most people ride at, especially if you're riding in groups. We'll be riding in gear 2 probably the whole time, dual motor. As you can tell, we have a full battery and it's pretty healthy. We got 84.3 volts. We have our odometer reset. Now I've gone just a little ways so far, so 0.2, and we'll also be using the Relive app. Now this is GPS, so this is going to give us a very accurate reading on our actual mileage that we go. So just some basic stats about myself. I am 5'5" and I weigh 200 pounds, and that's with full gear on. So if you're someone who's a bit taller or a bit heavier, just keep that in mind that your mileage may vary. So with that said, let's go ahead and roll out. And we're off. We're going to be keeping it around 20 to 25 miles per hour. Dual motor, and see how far we can go. Now coming from my Wolf King GT Pro, which I could probably get 55 miles to 60 mile range out of it if I pushed it, I think this could do pretty similar, especially if we put it in eco mode or gear 1, but that's no fun. And I think this is a much more real world scenario, how we're in dual motor and going 20 to 25 miles per hour. So we're gonna keep it at that if we don't get hit. Now one nice feature of the scooter is it does have cruise control, so for things like this where you're keeping a constant speed, you can set the cruise control on and not have to worry about it. I don't have it set, but that's nice that we have that option too. And there's a trail up here, so we're gonna go ahead and take that. So we're still doing really well on voltage. See, we're almost hitting the 10-mile mark. It still shows 100%. Still see, even with the load, we're still at 81.8 volts, so pretty incredible so far. Whoa, look at, we found another trail. It's paved. This is actually really fun, taking this at a higher speed. We got some geese. Little fishing spot. All right, I found some other trails, guys, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to resist these. We're gonna check them out. They look like really hard compact, so I don't think it's gonna affect our range too much. We're gonna try it out. Whoa. Wow. Check that out, right on the river. It's closed. All right, we're gonna take this way. I just seen there's trails that go that way. We're gonna have to go back, guys. What? Where do we go? All right, we're gonna take a left. All right, now because we're off the beaten path, I don't know how well my GPS on my phone is gonna keep track of this, so pretty sure it still would, but we'll see. Wow. Whoa. Whoa. So here's just a little update. We've gone just over 12.5 miles. Still at 82 volt. This is our resting voltage, no load. So doing really well so far. Let's keep going. All right, let's try this way. Whoa. Definitely don't want to launch off that. Whoa. Some serious trail. Wolf King GTR handling this, no problem. This is awesome. Look at this. Got like a sandbar out there. This is fun riding this trail. Wow. Wasn't that sick, you guys? I think I want to go back there and really ride it. But unfortunately, we can't go that way, which would be awesome. But we're going to go back over here because there was a lot of ways that we could have went, but we just kind of continued straight. So I want to check that out. I think I might split this test into 2 days because we're running out of sunlight and I want you guys to be able to see what I'm filming. So I'm only at like 14 miles right now and I know there's plenty left in this. 81 volts on load, pretty crazy. So we're gonna keep going. If it gets too dark, we're gonna call it and then we'll pick it up tomorrow. Whoa, we got a track. We got a bike track. Let's ride it a little bit. What? Yeah, they're a bit too big for a scooter, unfortunately. It looks like we're at the beginning again. Well, I'm really glad I went down there. We really went all the way around the bridge and then all the way on that side. There's another trail. Did you see that? The trails over here are just insane, you guys. So I think I'm gonna have to come back again and try that other trail out now. But for now, we're gonna continue with the range test. Funny, it's still showing 100%, but that's not true, obviously. 81.2 on load still, just over 15 miles. So at this rate, I know the voltage starts really dropping hard once you get past 72 volt. It's looking good so far. Okay, so it is the next day. I took the battery in overnight, left it in my room. I didn't charge it, of course. Brought it back out. It's back in the scooter. We got 78.6 volt, gone about 26.9 miles. If we look at our GPS, 26.1. So I'd say about 26.5 miles. So I think we're doing pretty good. Theoretically, I think we should be doing about double this range at this point. So we'll see how it goes. Let's go. So as you guys seen from yesterday's footage, I got a little bit carried away going off road. So that probably hurt my mileage just a little bit. For the rest of the ride, we're gonna just keep it on road and see how far we go. I'll probably stop just before it starts to die so I don't have to walk it back. I should give you a really good idea of the range so far. So we're at 30 miles currently, 76 volts on load, so still doing really well. We're reaching 72 volts at this point, which is about half battery. You can definitely tell there's a decrease in throttle response, but that's going to be typical as it gets lower in the voltage range. We're just going to keep going and see how it does. We're approaching 40 miles now, so doing good. A dog came out at me last time I went by here, so I think I'm gonna put it in third just in case. Uh-oh. Ah! No, he's gave up. He don't want to chase this. He saw it, he's like, oh, that's a GTR. Heck no, I ain't going after that. Okay, we just dipped below 72 volts. Check this out, 45 miles, and we still got quite a bit of juice left. So it's doing really well. Also, side note, the suspension is awesome on the street. I don't feel any of these bumps, and it's been really comfortable so far riding it. So big plus there. Let's keep going. So it's starting to get a little dark, and so what I like to do is just turn both blinkers on, and it gives a flashing effect on each side instead of having to turn on the lights just yet. And what I like too is that the new display on the GTR shows what blinkers on. I really like that feature. And if you hit mode, and I know this is on the GT Pro, but you can also see the amperage draw on your motor temp, which is really helpful. So if you hit back, we're approaching 50 miles now. We're still in the 70 volt range, so this is pretty crazy. So far, I think it's pretty on par with the GT Pro, which I'm liking. It's funny how big the shadow looks. I look like a giant. Check it out. But in all seriousness, I'm loving this new deck height. I don't think it's a problem at all, especially for me. I'm only 5'5", so I like being up a little higher, and I don't think it sacrifices any of the stability whatsoever, so I actually like it. Okay, so I pulled off at the side of the road to give you guys an update. We're sitting about 70 volts. With the load, we're dipping high 60s, about 68, 69. We've gone 55.7. This one says 53.8. So I'm gonna say 54 and a half miles so far. And we're still at 70 volts. This is crazy. I think we'll get at least 60 miles. We'll see. I'm gonna keep going. It's getting dark. And I really like what they did here with the lights. So we don't have the main one on yet because I don't need it. So people can see me. We got these on, and I think they do a great job. We got the back. So awesome. We'll keep riding. I'll keep you updated. Okay guys, check it out. We're at 68.2 volts. We've gone basically 59 miles, 60 miles or so. 29% left. So I'm gonna start heading back just because of the percentage reading. I know you don't want to look at that. You want to look at the volts. But I think for certain we'll get at least 60 miles out of this. So I'll update you guys once I'm back home, and we'll get a final tally. All right, we made it home. I don't think I could have timed that any better. We have barely any voltage left. 65.1 though still. We've gone over 60 miles. Now that is incredible. I'm actually really surprised. That puts it on par with the GT Pro, and honestly at this point, there's no difference. So the fact that you're able to remove the battery now, take it inside and charge it, I think is a huge plus, and it still has about the same range is awesome. Obviously your results are going to vary a little bit based on your weight and size, but in my case, over 60 miles, and there was still throttle response left. It didn't actually die on me. So if I put it in gear 1 or eco mode, I think I could stretch this to 65, 70 miles. So clearly I got a pretty healthy battery. As you saw in the beginning, it charges to over 84 volts, which is pretty insane considering these batteries generally only charge to about 83.5 volts or so. So I think that, coupled with the fact that these new controllers on the GTRs might be more efficient than the GT Pros, which gives you that extra range even though the amp hour is less than the GT Pro. And it gives you about the same amount. It's pretty insane. I think they did a great job with this. I really like it. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to them as soon as I can, and we'll see you in the next video.